Dear friend, I want to tell you about Eileen, 67 years old. A longtime patient of mine, and a dear companion on this journey of aging well. One early spring morning, she walked into my clinic, gently exhaled, and said, "Doctor, I just don't get it anymore. I've cut back on food, quit sugar, and started walking every morning, but this lower belly just keeps puffing up. It feels tight, hard, and so uncomfortable." Eileen wasn't alone. Every year, more than 61 million Americans over the age of 50 struggle with belly fat, chronic bloating, and digestive imbalance, according to the National Digestive Diseases Information Clearinghouse, 2021. And here's the real concern. Belly fat in older adults isn't just cosmetic, it's often a warning sign of deeper metabolic issues, like insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, and visceral fat pressing against the liver, gut, and heart. Your belly suddenly expands after meals. Even when it's just vegetables, you wake up feeling heavy, sluggish, and bloated. Even if dinner was light, your old clothes still fit the shoulders, but the waist feels tight, and you need to loosen the belt before going out, if even one of these sounds familiar. You're not alone, and I want to share with you something simple, yet surprisingly powerful, a morning remedy made with 5 natural ingredients, just 1 glass each day. And after 10 days, many of my older patients have reported droplet less bloating, droplet easier digestion, droplet and a body that feels balanced again. Visceral fat, the type that wraps around your organs, can double your risk of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and stroke, according to Harvard Health Publishing, 2022. Another study from Obesity Reviews, 2020, found postmenopausal women tend to store belly fat at 2.5 times the rate they did before age 50, due to hormone shifts and lower digestive enzyme production. You don't need to starve yourself, you don't need daily laxatives, and you certainly don't need to spend money on harsh detox pills or belly blasters. You just need to begin again, with something small, exactly like I told Eileen, 1 special warm drink every morning. And 10 days later, she came back. There was a glow on her face I hadn't seen in years. "Doctor, I don't know if this is a miracle, but I just fit back into my old dress from when I was 58, my belly feels softer, and honestly, I just feel lighter. In my gut, and in my heart." That's what this video is about, to share with you the exact formula, clearly, gently, and backed by science. This isn't some ancient secret or miracle tonic. It's just the right combination of ingredients from nature that are proven to, heavy checkmark reduce inflammation, heavy checkmark ease bloating, heavy checkmark boost digestive enzymes, heavy checkmark support insulin balance, heavy checkmark and gently reduce deep belly fat. So before you turn to expensive pills or uncomfortable detox kits, why not give your body a chance to heal naturally, with just 1 glass each morning? And in just a moment, I'll walk you through each ingredient, why it works, how to use it safely, and how it can help even if you're 60, 70, or well into your 80s. Backhand index pointing right. Let's begin with what may seem the simplest, but in truth, it's the most important first step for your digestion: warm water. Warm water. Healing begins with a gentle glass. If I asked you this question, what's the very first food your digestive system wants in the morning? Most people might guess oatmeal, bananas, or maybe yogurt, but after decades in medicine, especially working with people over 60, I've learned the most honest answer is also the most humble one: warm water. I know it sounds almost too simple, but simplicity is often the foundation of true healing, especially when it comes to digestion and metabolism. Why does warm water hold such deep healing power? Imagine your stomach and intestines like a flowing river. Now, pour in a cup of ice water first thing in the morning. That river tightens, constricts, freezes, but pour in a gently warm stream, and the smooth muscles begin to open, blood vessels relax, enzymes start waking up, and the digestive system comes alive gently, not abruptly. Biologically speaking, warm water acts as a natural muscle relaxant, easing the tension in your stomach, small intestine, and colon, according to the Journal of Neurogastroenterology and Motility, 2020. Drinking water between 104 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, increases intestinal motility and reduces gastric spasms more effectively than traditional antispasmodic drugs. How warm water works after 60, stimulates digestive enzymes, as warm water passes through the throat and esophagus. The brain gets the signal, it's time to wake up digestion. In response, your glands begin producing enzymes like pepsin, lipase, and amylase, all essential for breaking down fats, proteins, and carbs, improves blood circulation. Warm water is a natural vasodilator. It gently opens up the blood vessels. This increases blood flow to the gut lining, enhancing nutrient absorption and preparing your intestines to receive and process food, boosts metabolism slightly and safely. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology Metabolism, 2003, found drinking 500 milliliters of warm water increased metabolic rate by 30% within 40 minutes. Mr. Patrick, a retired teacher, once told me, "Doc, I don't drink coffee. I stay away from sugary breakfasts, but every morning, it feels like there's a rock sitting in my belly, just heavy and stuck." I offered him one small change: in the morning, heat a glass of water, let it cool for about 1 minute, then drink it on an empty stomach. 7 days later, he called back, his voice full of excitement, "Doctor, I can't believe it. Just water. But my belly feels light, no bloating. No acid reflux, it's like someone unlocked this old engine inside me." Common mistake: drinking water too cold or too hot. Ice water can constrict blood vessels and temporarily suppress digestive enzymes, leading to sluggish digestion, fermentation, and gas buildup. Boiling hot water can damage your throat lining and destroy natural salivary enzymes before food even reaches the stomach. Ideal temperature: between 100 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 to 45 degrees Celsius. Just like warm bath water for a baby, you can test it with a finger. If it feels soothing, it's just right. Drink 1 to 2 cups of warm water, about 200 to 400 milliliters, first thing in the morning, on an empty stomach, at least 20 minutes before breakfast. Don't add sugar, honey, or ice. If you'd like, you may add a thin slice of lemon or fresh ginger, especially if pairing it with the next ingredients. Morning warm water benefits: scientific mechanism, reduces bloating, relaxes smooth muscles in the intestines, activates digestion, stimulates enzyme secretion, aids elimination, enhances intestinal movement. Peristalsis, natural fullness, gently expands the stomach, curbing appetite, boosts metabolism, raises body's internal temperature slightly. And here's something many people don't realize: backhand index pointing right. No healing remedy works well if your body is dehydrated, or improperly hydrated. Warm water is the fertile soil. Without it, even the best healing ingredients struggle to take root. So before you think about burning belly fat or detoxifying your liver, start simple, start gentle, start with 1 glass of warm water each morning. Backhand index pointing right. In the next part, I'll show you how to combine this warm water with a golden fruit that alkalizes the body, supports liver detox, and ignites digestion: lemon. Lemon. You'll be amazed at how just 2 to 3 teaspoons of lemon juice each morning can spark real change, especially for bodies over 60. Lemon, the golden drop that unlocks digestion and metabolism. Lemon, that small, bright yellow fruit sitting quietly in your kitchen, might seem too simple to be powerful. But when used the right way, especially in the morning, lemon has the ability to awaken your digestion, balance your body's pH, reduce inflammation in the gut, and even help melt away stubborn visceral fat over time. In fact, I often call lemon the biological switch that flips on the body each morning. Let me tell you the story of Carol, a 63-year-old homemaker, who taught me just how powerful this little fruit can be. Carol came to see me with a chronic complaint, constant bloating, especially in the morning. She described her belly as puffy and tight, no matter how little she ate. When I asked if she had ever tried warm lemon water first thing in the morning, she frowned and said, "Lemon? I use it in cooking, doctor. But with my sensitive stomach, I thought acidic drinks were harmful." That's a common misunderstanding, especially among those over 60. I explained how lemon, although acidic in taste, actually creates a gentle alkalizing effect after digestion. She was intrigued and decided to try it. 10 days later, she returned to my office, eyes bright, holding a small glass bottle. "Doctor, look at this, I bring my lemon water everywhere now. My belly feels light as air. And my mind? So much clearer. Lemon tastes acidic, but it alkalizes the body." Sounds strange, doesn't it? But the truth is, while lemon juice starts off acidic, around pH 2, once it's metabolized by the liver and digestive tract, the minerals it contains, like citrate and potassium, actually create a slightly alkaline environment in the bloodstream. A study by Kaufman-Johnston, published by the Voice Institute of New York, 2012, reported, diluted lemon water can help soothe acid reflux and support overall pH balance in the body, when used properly. For key benefits of lemon for people over 60, stimulates digestive enzymes. Lemon's gentle acidity triggers the release of enzymes, especially pepsin, for proteins, and lipase, for fats. This helps your stomach wake up and prepare for breakfast without feeling bloated or sluggish. Boosts liver detox bile flow. Lemon is rich in D-limonene, a compound shown to activate liver function and stimulate bile production, critical for breaking down fat. The Journal of Medicinal Food, 2015, found, D-limonene supports fat metabolism and improves non-alcoholic fatty liver, NAFLD. Reduces inflammation, oxidative stress. Vitamin C in lemon not only boosts your immune system but also helps lower inflammation, especially in the belly area, where visceral fat causes chronic low-grade inflammation. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2017, showed, people who consume adequate vitamin C daily have significantly lower C-reactive protein, CRP, levels, indicating less systemic inflammation. Naturally curbs appetite. Emotional eating. Warm lemon water can promote a light feeling of fullness. The tangy flavor even nudges your brain to release a small amount of dopamine, helping lift your mood and reduce emotional cravings, especially common in older adults living alone or under long-term stress. How to use lemon water safely and effectively. Item recommended use: lemon juice 2 to 3 tablespoons, 15 to 30 milliliters. Warm water 200 to 300 milliliters, at 104 degrees F, 40 degrees Celsius, timing first thing in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes before food. Tips: don't use boiling water, it destroys vitamin C. Avoid if you have active ulcers without medical advice. Who should be cautious? Anyone with uncontrolled ulcers or gastritis. Speak with your doctor first. Those with sensitive enamel or full ceramic dentures. Rinse your mouth with plain water afterward. Individuals on certain medications, e.g., corticosteroids, antibiotics, always check with your healthcare provider. Lemon isn't magic. It's not a pill, but for a body that's been through 6, 7, or even 8 decades, for a digestive system that's a little slower, a liver that's a little more burdened, and enzyme levels that aren't quite what they used to be, lemon is a gentle wake-up call. It gives warm water a partner, and together, they transform your morning drink into a simple daily ritual of healing. In the next part, we'll explore an ingredient that's often misunderstood, thought to be too harsh or acidic, but in truth, it quietly supports fat burning, improves insulin sensitivity, and detoxifies blood lipids in a powerful way. I'm talking about apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, the quiet gold for your waistline, blood, and gut. Some ingredients don't need to shout to be powerful, they don't wear the flashy label of superfood. They're not sold in shiny bottles or behind pharmacy counters. but quietly, day after day, they help your body heal. From deep within, apple cider vinegar is one of those quiet healers. I still remember Judith, a 69-year-old retired teacher, who came to see me with a frustrating set of symptoms: a growing belly despite eating very little, strange sugar cravings in the evening, elevated triglycerides, and liver enzymes starting to climb. She told me, "Doctor, I barely eat. Just rice, veggies, fish. But my belly keeps expanding. Last year's pants. I can hardly breathe in them." Her blood work showed mildly elevated fasting glucose, high triglycerides, and early signs of insulin resistance. I gave her one very gentle suggestion: backhand index pointing right. Keep your morning lemon water as usual, backhand index pointing right, but this time, add 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. 3 weeks later, her lab numbers had improved significantly. But what made her the happiest wasn't the numbers, it was the feeling. "Doctor, I feel like my belly can finally breathe again. No more tightness. No more pressure like I was carrying bricks inside." Why apple cider vinegar works so well after 60, helps balance blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, a powerful compound that slows down starch digestion, reducing post-meal blood sugar spikes, increases insulin sensitivity in muscle and liver cells. Books Johnston et al., published in Diabetes Care, 2004, found pre-diabetic individuals who drank 20 milliliters of apple cider vinegar before meals saw an average 34% drop in post-meal blood sugar. For people over 60, whose blood sugar control naturally weakens, this support is incredibly valuable, stimulates fat burning, especially around the waist. Acetic acid activates a key enzyme called AMPK, AMP-activated protein kinase, a biological switch that helps burn fat and sugar more efficiently. Test tube. A study by Kondo et al., published in Bioscience, Biotechnology Biochemistry, 2009, showed participants who drank apple cider vinegar daily for 12 weeks lost an average of 1.9 to 3.4 centimeters off their waistline, without changing their diet. Helps you feel fuller and reduce cravings. Research from the Appetite Journal, 2005, revealed apple cider vinegar can significantly increase satiety by slowing gastric emptying after meals. This means fewer cravings, less snacking, and less phantom hunger that often leads to belly fat, especially common in older adults. Gently antibacterial, supports healthy digestion. Apple cider vinegar is a natural, mild antibacterial, especially helpful against harmful gut bacteria. It also promotes natural stomach acid production, aiding protein digestion and preventing issues like gas, reflux, and sour stomach. How to use apple cider vinegar safely after age 60. Factor recommendation: best type raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. Dosage: 1 tablespoon, 15 milliliters, diluted in 200 to 300 milliliters warm water each. Morning, timing 15 to 20 minutes before breakfast. Important notes: never drink undiluted. Avoid overuse. Not for those with untreated ulcers, who should be cautious. People on diabetes medications, vinegar may enhance the effects and lower blood sugar too much. Those with weakened tooth enamel, rinse your mouth afterward. Anyone with severe acid reflux or esophageal irritation, stethoscope. If you're on long-term medications or managing chronic conditions, please talk to your doctor before using apple cider vinegar regularly. Apple cider vinegar won't melt away belly fat overnight. It's not a magic pill or a miracle tonic, but if you've crossed into your 60s and beyond, if your metabolism has slowed, if your body starts holding on to every calorie you eat, then vinegar might just be that quiet, steady friend you've been looking for. No drama, no noise, just a subtle nudge that helps your body restart its natural fat-burning engine. Gently, safely, and consistently. In the next part, we'll explore a warm and comforting ingredient, gentle like a morning sun, soft like a lullaby from within. yet surprisingly powerful at reducing inflammation, easing digestion, and improving circulation. That ingredient is ginger. Ginger, a gentle flame that warms the belly and the soul. On chilly mornings, I often boil a small pot of water, slice up a bit of fresh ginger, and pour it into my favorite ceramic mug. Just one slow inhale of that warm, earthy scent, and I feel my body relax. It's as if someone gently placed a hand over my belly and whispered, "It's okay. Everything's going to be alright." That's the power of ginger, not flashy, not expensive, but powerful enough to soothe what's been unsettled inside. For years, Harold, a retired engineer, was a meticulous man. He followed rules, calculated details, but his stomach didn't seem to follow any logic. Eat too much. Bloated, eat too little. Still bloated. Right food, right time, yet he'd burp, feel tight, even a bit nauseous after lunch. He tried everything, digestive enzymes, peppermint tea, baking soda. Nothing lasted, until he gave ginger a real chance. I taught him how to make fresh ginger tea every morning, not the kind in a bag. Not pre-bottled, fresh ginger, peeled, thinly sliced, gently simmered for 5 to 7 minutes. 10 days later, he returned to my office with a quiet smile and said, "I think my belly just needed a friend, like me. Warm, patient, and willing to listen." Why ginger is so powerful for digestion after 60, reduces inflammation in the gut and fat tissue. Ginger contains gingerols and shogales, natural anti-inflammatory compounds. They work similarly to NSAIDs, like ibuprofen, but are gentler and more nourishing. Books Daily et al., Journal of Medicinal Food, 2020, explains, gingerol inhibits NF-kappa B, a major inflammation trigger, especially in fat tissue and intestinal lining. For anyone struggling with chronic bloating, irritable bowel symptoms, or a quiet ache in the gut, ginger is a soft-spoken soother, warms the belly and improves blood flow to digestive organs. Ginger is a naturally warming root. As we age, blood flow to our stomach, liver, and intestines slows down, leading to sluggish digestion, nutrient malabsorption, and a cold, heavy feeling in the belly. But when you drink warm ginger tea, blood vessels in the gut gently dilate, oxygen-rich blood and digestive enzymes increase, food is broken down more efficiently, less fermentation, less gas, less bloating, calms nausea, gas, and irregular bowel movements. Ginger has been used for centuries to ease nausea from indigestion, medication, or hormonal changes, spasms in the intestines that cause alternating constipation or loose stools. Test tube White B, American Family Physician, 2007, notes, ginger is a safe and natural remedy for many functional digestive disorders, especially in the elderly. Gently boosts fat burning over time. Ginger can subtly increase body temperature and metabolism. This leads to about 43 extra calories burned per day, according to a 2012 study. Gradual fat burning, particularly around the midsection, when paired with healthy meals. For people over 60, this is one of the safest ways to support long-term fat loss, slow but without losing muscle. How to use ginger properly after age 60. Usage recommendation: best type fresh, mature ginger, firm, fibrous. Root, preparation 3 to 5 slices, 2-3 g, simmered in 250 ml water for 5 to 7 minutes. When to drink: warm, in the morning or after protein or fat-heavy meals. Avoid if you have a very sensitive stomach. Don't drink on a completely empty stomach. Avoid overly spicy or low-quality powdered ginger. Who should be cautious with ginger? People taking blood thinners, warfarin, aspirin. Ginger may enhance bleeding risk. Those with active stomach ulcers, individuals with ginger allergies or heat sensitivity. But if you're not in these groups, ginger is a gentle daily gift from nature. Even just one small cup in the morning can warm your entire body. Aging teaches us something important. Healing doesn't always require high doses or harsh medicine. Sometimes, just one slice of ginger, warm, Fragrant and humble is exactly what your belly's been longing for, a moment of care, a quiet reset, a soft new beginning for a gut that's been working hard for decades. In the next part, we'll explore a seed so small it often goes unnoticed, but inside it lies a powerful ally for hormone balance, brain clarity, and cardiovascular health. Cinnamon, a sugar-free sweetness for the body and the soul. Some mornings, I walk into the clinic with a warm mug in hand, hot tea with a soft dusting of cinnamon on top. Its scent isn't overwhelming, it's not sharp or loud, it's like a quiet hug from the inside. It warms my chest, and it brings me back to the wood-burning stove my mother used to light when I was a boy. To me, cinnamon isn't just a spice, it's memory, it's healing, it's a reminder that, yes, things may slow down with age, but slowing down is not the same as giving up. Susan came to see me one fall afternoon, pointing to what she called her surprise donut ring around her waist. She sighed and said, "I don't eat cake every day, doctor, but when I feel down or tired, I reach for something sweet, it comforts me." But now, my belly isn't so comforting anymore. Her labs showed she was on the edge of prediabetes. Fasting blood sugar wasn't too high, but her insulin levels constantly overworked. I didn't ask her to cut everything, I simply suggested she start her mornings differently. Backhand index pointing right, a cup of warm water with lemon. Backhand index pointing right, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Backhand index pointing right, and finally, a sprinkle of cinnamon. 3 weeks later, she returned, smiling, and said, "It's strange, doctor. I feel sweetness. But I don't crave sugar, I feel satisfied. Without overeating, and that belly, it's softened, just a bit, but enough to feel hope." Helps regulate blood sugar and boost insulin sensitivity. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde and polyphenol, which can improve how muscles and liver cells respond to insulin, slow down how quickly glucose enters your bloodstream, reduce the conversion of sugar into belly fat. Books Khan et al., Diabetes Care, 2003, taking 1.6 g of cinnamon daily for 40 days reduced fasting blood sugar by 18 to 29% on average. What's remarkable is this effect doesn't cause sudden drops in sugar, making it gentle and safe for older adults who need gradual, steady control. Helps reduce belly fat, not through speed, but through smarter balance. When insulin is balanced, the body stops hoarding fat around the belly, a common storage site when insulin is out of control, and cinnamon's strong antioxidants help lower inflammation in fat tissue, improve the health of white fat cells, prevent the onset of metabolic syndrome, supports digestion, especially after heavy or fatty meals. Cinnamon has a warming nature. It gently stimulates intestinal movement, helping to reduce gas and bloating, ease mild constipation, prevent food from sitting too long in the stomach, balances the gut microbiome. Cinnamon naturally suppresses harmful bacteria in the gut, while encouraging good bacteria, probiotics, to thrive. This becomes even more important after age 60, when immune function in the gut often declines due to long-term medications, chronic stress, low-fiber diets. How to use cinnamon safely and effectively after 60. Factor recommendation: best type Ceylon cinnamon, true cinnamon, lower in coumarin, safer for the liver. Daily dose 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, 0.5-1 g, per serving, best time after breakfast, or as part of your morning detox blend. Pair with warm water, lemon, apple cider vinegar, or fresh ginger. Avoid high doses long-term with liver issues. Never use cinnamon essential oil without medical supervision. Who should be careful with cinnamon? People with chronic liver conditions use Ceylon, not cassia cinnamon. Those taking blood thinners or blood pressure medications, consult your doctor first. Never replace diabetes medication with cinnamon. It's a support, not a cure. Cinnamon isn't sweet like sugar. It won't give you a rush. It gives you something better: calm, centeredness, a quiet kind of joy. After 60, the sweetness we seek doesn't come from dessert, it comes from steady blood sugar. A light belly. and a peaceful heart, and if each morning, you can sprinkle just a little cinnamon into your life, maybe, just maybe, you won't need a pill to feel well at all. In part 7, we'll bring all these ingredients together into a complete formula, and more importantly, how do you mix them in the right ratios, when should you drink it to protect your stomach, your teeth, and maximize absorption. I'll walk you through it all, gently, step by step. By now, you and I have walked together through each ingredient, the warm water that starts your day, the cooling touch of lemon, the gentle fermentation of apple cider vinegar, the comforting warmth of ginger, and finally, cinnamon, a fragrant note of memory and calm. Each one seemed simple on its own, but together, they become something more, a morning ritual, a soft daily ceremony that heals not just the body, but something quieter inside, like placing your hand gently over your heart and saying, "Today, I am taking care of me." Ingredient recommended amount: warm water, 100 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 to 300 milliliters, about 1 cup, fresh lemon juice 2 to 3 tablespoons, 15 to 30 milliliters. Raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar 1 tablespoon, 15 milliliters, fresh ginger, thinly sliced 3 to 5 slices, 2-3 g, ground Ceylon cinnamon 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, 0.5-1 g. How to prepare it, step by step. Warm the water to about 100 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit, like a baby's bath, warm but not hot. Squeeze fresh lemon juice into a glass mug. Add the apple cider vinegar and stir gently, drop in the ginger slices. Let them steep for 1 to 2 minutes, sprinkle a small pinch of cinnamon on top. Stir softly, drink while warm. Ideally, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. When to drink: every morning, 15 to 20 minutes before breakfast. Sip slowly. Let your body feel the warmth travel through. How long? Backhand index pointing right 10 days in a row, then rest for 3 to 5 days. Backhand index pointing right repeat monthly as a gentle reset for your system. If your stomach is sensitive, divide the drink into 2 small servings, half in the early morning, half after a light lunch. Note why it matters: brush teeth 30 minutes later to protect enamel from mild acidity in lemon vinegar. Avoid very hot water, can destroy vitamin C in lemon and irritate the throat. Don't overdose vinegar. More than 2 tablespoons daily may irritate sensitive stomachs. Don't mix with medications, especially for blood pressure, blood thinners, or diabetes. Consult your doctor. Why I call this a ritual, not just a recipe: because after 60, what we need isn't just another result. What we truly crave is rhythm, a small act of presence, a gentle morning moment that says, "I am doing something kind for myself." You hold the warm mug, you breathe in the scent of ginger, cinnamon, lemon, and with each small sip, you remember, this body has carried me through decades. It's time I care for it, patiently, tenderly, with love. What you may notice after just 10 days, affect common feedback: flatter belly, less bloating, pants feel looser, easier digestion, less heartburn, fewer post-meal discomforts, reduced cravings especially for sugar and processed carbs. Brighter, clearer mood thanks to stable blood sugar and gut health, a sense of gentle control, feeling lighter, calmer, and more in tune daily. Life often pulls us away from our own well-being: illness, age, children, work, grief. They chip away at the quiet connection we once had with our bodies. But sometimes, healing doesn't begin in a hospital, it doesn't come from a prescription pad, it comes from something small: a cup of warm water, a handful of healing ingredients, a moment you create, for you, by you, a whisper to yourself, "I am worth caring for." Backhand index pointing right. In part 8, we'll go deeper into who should be cautious before using this drink regularly, and from a doctor's point of view. When should you pause, adjust, or stop altogether? Dear friend, after nearly 40 years of caring for patients, I've come to deeply believe in the healing power of natural foods, but I've also learned something essential: even honey, used the wrong way, for the wrong person, can become a burden. That's why, if you've stayed with me through this entire journey, please allow me to gently share something just as important as the recipe itself. Who should be cautious with this morning detox drink, and how can you truly listen to your body, with kindness and wisdom? 8 groups who should consult a doctor or proceed with caution: people taking diabetes medications, insulin, metformin, etc. Cinnamon and apple cider vinegar can gently lower blood sugar. If combined with medications without monitoring, blood sugar may drop too low, causing fatigue, sweating, or trembling. If you're managing diabetes, monitor your blood sugar closely and consult your endocrinologist before using this drink regularly. Those on blood pressure medications, both ginger and vinegar may enhance the effects of antihypertensive drugs, increasing risk of sudden drops in blood pressure, dizziness, fainting. Start with a low dose and observe your body's reaction during the first 5 to 7 days. If you feel off, stop immediately and talk to your doctor. People taking blood thinners, warfarin, aspirin, etc., ginger and cinnamon have natural blood thinning effects, which may slightly raise bleeding risk when taken in high amounts. Avoid regular use if you're on anticoagulants. Always consult your cardiologist or hematologist first. People with active stomach ulcers or severe acid reflux, the mild acidity from vinegar and lemon can irritate already sensitive stomachs, causing burning, discomfort, or dull pain. Try a highly diluted version after breakfast, not on an empty stomach. If it still causes discomfort, stop and consider gentler options like warm ginger tea or honey water. Those with weak tooth enamel or full dental implants, lemon and vinegar can erode enamel if used long-term without proper dental care. Rinse your mouth with plain water after drinking. Wait at least 30 minutes before brushing your teeth. Use a straw if your teeth are especially sensitive. People with chronic liver disease, cassia cinnamon, the common kind found in stores, contains coumarin, which may burden the liver if taken in large or prolonged doses. Always use Ceylon cinnamon. True cinnamon, sweet, thin bark, traceable origin. Stick to a safe daily dose, no more than 1 g/day. Older adults over 75 who are frail or underweight, this detox drink can slightly suppress appetite. For those trying to gain weight or feeling weak, it may not be ideal. Do not replace meals with this drink. Stick to just 1 small glass per day if you're underweight, pregnant or breastfeeding women. Though the ingredients are natural, hormonal shifts during pregnancy and nursing can increase sensitivity. Only use if approved by your OB/GYN, not recommended during the first trimester of pregnancy. Pause immediately if you notice nausea or stomach cramps after drinking, new or prolonged diarrhea or digestive upset, headaches, fatigue, or dizziness without clear cause, sudden acne, skin itching, or poor sleep. These may signal overly fast detox. Stethoscope. These are whispers from your body, gently saying, "I'm not ready for this right now." And as I often remind my patients, listening to your body is one of the highest forms of wisdom in adulthood. What matters most isn't drinking it right. It's caring for yourself with gentleness. Dear friend, when I first shared this recipe, I never intended it to be a magic cure for everyone, because the truth is, your body is unique. Your medical history, daily habits, emotional patterns, genetics, no one else lives inside your story but you. So the real question isn't, am I measuring everything to the exact milliliter? It's this, am I truly listening to myself? Am I being gentle enough with my body to adjust when it speaks? If your answer is yes, then whether you drink this every day, once a week, or not at all, you're already healing in the deepest way. What is the real lesson from this journey, and how do you begin your own daily healing practice? Slowly, kindly, and with love. I'll see you there, friend, still with care. Still with heart. Yellow heart. Dear friend, if you've journeyed with me all the way to this point, then I believe you're not just looking to slim your waist or move with more ease. Deep down, I believe you're trying to reconnect with yourself, something that time, age, and illness sometimes cause us to lose sight of. I once had a patient, 74 years old. During a routine checkup, she looked at me and said, "Doctor, I feel like my body has betrayed me. I eat less now. I go to bed earlier, but the belly stays, the fatigue drags on. Nothing seems to change." I gently held her hand and simply said, "Your body hasn't betrayed you, it's just quietly asking you to come back, not with force. Not in a rush. Just slowly. Kindly. Consistently. Day by day. You don't need to become someone else, you don't need to chase the body you had at 30, all you need is one warm glass of water each morning, a few simple ingredients from your kitchen, a little listening. A little patience, and above all, the belief that your body still wants to heal, it's still waiting for you to return. It's about doing the smallest thing, consistently, and with love. If you're ready, I invite you, backhand index pointing right, try this gentle 10-day morning ritual. Write down how you feel each day, not just your digestion, but your mood, your breathing, your sleep, and if something begins to shift. Even if it's just less bloating, a deeper sleep, or fewer sugar cravings, know this, that is success. You don't need to lose 20 pounds, you just need to feel like you're living with your body again, instead of ignoring it. If this video touched something in your heart, if this recipe felt like something worth sharing, then I invite you, softly, backhand index pointing right, share this video with someone you love, someone who might also be carrying quiet exhaustion, someone who deserves a little healing, too. And if you'd like to keep walking this path with me, through nutrition, gentle movement, and emotional wellness, backhand index pointing right, subscribe to this channel, not for numbers, but because I believe we all deserve to live well, live light, and live fully, even after 60. Thank you for staying with me until the very end, a doctor who's seen many give up, but also many who've come back to life, starting with a warm glass of water and a very small hope. I believe you can, too, and your journey can begin tomorrow morning, if you want it to, if you believe it can. Sun with Face.